Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the Patreon. Yes, the Patreon, the time has come. I have launched officially my Patreon account. Now, I did a soft launch, and a lot of you guys have already signed up ahead of time, and I really do appreciate that. But I'm doing an official launch on March 1st, 2022 of my Patreon. And you're probably saying to yourself, Kyle, why Patreon? What is Patreon? Well, Patreon is a place where you can support creators out there. There's tons of YouTubers that have a Patreon. Now I guess I'm joining up with the rest of the team, and we're doing it that way. Link in the description below, as I always say. You can take the link to my Patreon, check out what's going on there. Just a fun way, if you can't get enough of the old Kyle Peterson YouTube channel for whatever reason, here's your chance for more content. Did you guys know I put a lot of content out there on YouTube daily? I don't miss daily videos. A lot of days I do 3 videos a day. None of that is going to change. I am still going to be pumping out as much content as I always have. That being said, if you are a member of my Patreon at any of the 3 tier levels, and we'll go through those here in a little bit, so stay tuned. If you are into my stuff, you're going to get a lot of stuff early, but you're going to get a ton more videos. I mean, I can't post 10 videos a day to YouTube. It just messes up your algorithm. People miss videos that way. It's just hard to keep track of. Some would say 3 videos or even a daily video is too much. And hey, I get it, but I have a lot of fun doing these videos, as you guys know. But if you go onto the Patreon, guess what? I film a lot of videos. I have a lot of videos in the can just waiting for a rainy day. Well, guess what? You're going to get those all live. You're going to have those, watch them whenever you want to. Eventually, they'll come to the regular YouTube channel, but some of them, there's some up there that have been on or in my can, I guess, unreleased until now with Patreon for over a month. I just haven't had a chance to put them in somewhere. So you're going to get a lot of those kind of videos way earlier than you would get on YouTube. And then all the videos that are regularly released for the week, guess what? Kyle films all of his videos Sunday. I get up at the crack of dawn. I go till the midnight or so on Sunday, pumping out all the content for the entire week. I take my whole day. So you're going to get all that stuff Sunday night, Monday morning. You're going to have all the videos for the week, except for weekly purchases. I film that usually Friday afternoons for Saturday release. You'll still get that a little bit early, though, as well. So it's a way for you to get all the content for the week early. You can binge it early. You can wait. You can piece it out. Do whatever you want. It's just a way to, I don't know about give back to the fans, but to get you guys that product very, very early. And that's one of the big pieces of Patreon, but there's a whole lot more. So let's just get into it. Let me explain what's going on, and let me explain the 3 tiers of the Patreon. Now, I understand there's some people out there saying, I'm not paying for Patreon, I'm not paying for a creator, I'm not doing any of that. I get it. I totally get it. And it's not for everybody, for whatever reasons. Maybe you don't like me. Maybe you only like some of my videos. Maybe you like just a few of my videos. Maybe you just aren't in a position. I get it. No harm, no foul. I totally understand it. But if you are, as you guys know, this takes a lot of work. I've got a very busy life. I do enjoy this. This is my stress relief from a very crazy, hectic work schedule I put myself through. This is stress relief. But of course, it is very expensive, and I'm never going to be able to make this channel, I think, equal to what I spend on it, if that makes sense. It all goes back into the channel. All the money would go back into the channel. It always has went back into the channel. And that's where it'll continue to do. Something tells me if all of a sudden I was getting just tons and tons of money from Patreon or YouTube or whatever, guess what? I'm going to be looking for that mint LJN collection one day. That's probably what would happen, but I don't foresee that happening. That's a pretty expensive purchase, but all the stuff goes back into the channel, making the content you guys do enjoy, hopefully, at least. But let's talk a little bit about these tiers here. So the first tier is $1.99 a month. It is the Gotta Get a Deal tier. And we all gotta get a deal out there. And what you get in the Gotta Get a Deal tier is your support for the channel. You know, it's $2. That's the cost of a pop or a Starbucks or something like that. It's just, hey, Kyle, keep doing what you're doing. Never change, never leave like a young Rio. Just keep doing it. $2, gonna support it. So you're just, a thank you to the channel is what that is. It's $2. You're also going to be included on first dibs on It's So Hard to Say Goodbye items as I'm moving and selling things in my collection. And there's going to be a whole lot of That's So Hard to Say Goodbyes coming very, very soon to the channel with inflation going up, some changes of some things, some collections getting a little bit bigger than we ever anticipated they would because they've became very successful. So I'm going to put these items up for my Patreon members to get first dibs on buying this stuff out of my own personal collection. So it's just a little bit of a perk there for you, but if you're so inclined, you'll be able to get these cheaper than eBay prices, for example. So that's the gotta get a deal tier. Now, the heart and soul of the Patreon is the Oh Baby tier, and that is $5 a month. So, $5 a month. So what you get with that, of course, like I talked before, you get the tiers before, you get the support of the channel, you get first dibs on things that are so hard to say goodbye that I'm selling. You're also going to get early access to all the videos. I talked about that a little bit earlier. I film all my videos on Sunday. They're all going to be coming out on Sunday, so be prepared for that. Sunday, Mondays, you'll have the whole entire video log for the whole week. And then ones I filmed before that are here for a rainy day, you're going to have those as well. So you're going to get a lot of content dumped on you Sunday night, Monday, and you can get through it however you want. So early videos is a big thing right there. You're also going to get a lot of Patreon-only figure photos. Of course, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. I'll post photos on there too, but all the photos I use for my reviews, I'm going to post a lot of that stuff on there. So you can get some little more detailed. You won't have to just pause the video. You'll have that photo there. So you get some toy photography stuff. And guess what? If you want to message me on there and say, Kyle, I'd really like to see some pictures of this, you can do that. You can send me that message. I could post some pictures on there. We'll see how that evolves, but I'll give you a lot more photography on there instead of flooding Instagram and Twitter feeds with that kind of stuff. So you will get that. Here's a fun one. Some of you guys know, some of you guys maybe you're finding this out for the first time, but I've been a pizza reviewer for many, many years. So I've eaten a lot of pizza. I travel 8 states for my job. I used to travel a heck of a lot more before the coronavirus, of course, as probably a lot of us did. And I would try different pizza places every single night. So I've had a lot of pizza in my life, and you're going to get a weekly pizza review. I'm going to do a video weekly pizza review sometime during the week. Probably my daughter Elle, and maybe even Emma, who knows, maybe even my wife, depending if we're at a restaurant, or it could be frozen pizza. I am a frozen pizza connoisseur as well, and we're going to talk about the pizza. I'm going to show it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to give my rating. On a frozen pizza, I do a 1 out of 5. On a fresh pizza at a pizza restaurant, it's a 1 out of 10 scale. I'm going to talk about it, what I like, what I don't like, my thoughts, all that kind of stuff. And old Elle and Emma, they're budding pizza reviewers. They'll dive in with their 2 cents as well. So you will get a pizza video, just something fun. That it's not for everybody. I'm not going to post that on regular YouTube. That'll be a Patreon exclusive forever. And that's just the way that's going to be. So you will get a weekly pizza review. We're also going to do a monthly Patreon-only Q&A. Depending on how many questions I get for the month and depending on how many people subscribe, well, we might do them written in there in the Patreon feed, or we might just do a separate video every single month. Now, this is a Q&A, and this is where you want to ask me questions about whatever. You want to ask about business life. You want to ask about resumes. You want to ask about, job recommendations. Anything you guys want to talk about in the Patreon group, guess what? We're going to be here to talk about it. Maybe you want to say, hey, Kyle, could you walk me through and tell me how you set up your DTOLF? I have videos on that, but maybe you have certain questions, things like that. Hey, what do you recommend on this? What do you recommend on that? I'll help you. I'll do whatever I can in the monthly Q&A video. So that'll be a fun one every single month that we will do as well. Also, my dog Lemmy, great champion of the channel, great friend of the channel, and sometimes his sister Domino as well. We'll have the Lemmy photo of the week, or Lemmy photos of the week. Summertime's coming, hopefully sooner than later. We're going to be out the parks. We're going to be walking. We'll have some Lemmy content on the Patreon for those of you guys that like Lemmy. We'll have him on there. And like I said, the first dibs on the That's So Hard to Say Goodbye. All the tiers are going to get that. So that's the $5 Oh Baby tier. And there'll always be special stuff in here too. There'll be other stuff that happens, some giveaways from time to time, and that leads us into the next tier. Now this is the $25 a month tier. This is the big boy tier. This is the what a time to be alive tier. We're going to have this one going. $25 a month seems like a lot, yes, but you get everything from the other tiers, so you get all that kind of stuff. But you also get to choose, and you're gonna help me decide every single week the top 5, top 10 countdowns. You're gonna help me guide me to what I should do. You're gonna be the voice of the people. So be prepared for that. So it's a lot of responsibility with that one. But the big selling point of the $25 tier is every single month we're going to do figure giveaways. Maybe 1, maybe 2 figures. Who knows? It might just get crazy. It depends. If there's only one person that signs up for that, guess what? You're getting a free figure every single month, or multiple figures from me every single month. So it's a way to give back here. It's a way to it's a little bit of gambling. I mean, if 100 people sign up for that tier, there might be a little harder to get, but if there's only a couple people signed up, guess what? You got a very, very good shot at getting a free action figure every single month or so, or every couple of months, whatever it is, depending how many people are in there. So that is the big selling on the What a Time to Be Alive tier. So they got 3 tiers, a lot of stuff. I'm open to feedback. If there's something you think I should add to a tier, I got no problem. You guys are the hardcore fans of the channel. You guys can help steer the direction. You guys know I'm going to have an action figure tour very soon. That's going to go on Patreon first. Patreon will get that ahead of time with all the other fun videos and stuff. Really, the only thing Patreon won't get first necessarily is maybe like Mattel reveal videos. When those reveals are done, I get those out right away. But everything else, you're going to get very early, sometimes months early. So be prepared for that. So it should be a wild, interesting ride. I hope you're here for it. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Of course, the Patreon link in the description down below. So check that bad boy out. So there it is. It's the start of the Patreon journey. I thank you guys that have signed up, and I thank you guys that sign up in the future. So I'll see you guys on Patreon real soon.